Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. While India hails its sporting heroes for the glory that they bring to our nation, are we guilty of neglecting them in their hour of need? Those who play proudly for the Tiranga, are they abandoned the day they hang up their jerseys or their boots, as it were? Is cricket still the only game which provides a lifetime insurance for players? Several of these questions and the debate has been reignited in recent times in India, and many are asking this question. To answer these questions, I'm joined by Mr. P.V. Ramana, a volleyball player himself, and also famously known as the father of P.V. Sindhu, our all-time great in badminton. And I want to ask you, P.V. Ramana ji, are we really guilty of not looking after our sports men and women throughout their lives? And statements have been made by Gopichand ji, who says that unless you are rich or your parents have business interests and business warmth of money, sports is not a career that people should choose. How do you respond to this debate which has been reignited?
To discuss about on this issue especially, first of all, I say that is not the correct statement, because as a sportsman, as a awardee of such a sport like say Arjuna, Khel Ratna, Dronacharya, Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, because we are sportsmen, and including me, we are here today because of the sport, and we should always encourage sports because the country needs sports persons to excel and prove that we are ahead of other nations in all aspects. And as you know, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji also is giving such a huge importance to sports. And at this stage, only it pertains to rich, not to the middle class. The heading of that article was not justified, what I feel. Being a sportsman, we should always encourage children to tell them to take up some sport from the grassroots levels. We should encourage them so that they get good health, good immunity, and they'll be active throughout the day. So forget about how he is coming or excelling in future, but it is our duty to motivate these children to go to the ground, spend some time, and then continue your studies, because studies are also equally important. So we cannot neglect any of these two aspects. As a sportsman,
while education can never be put on the back burner, I completely agree with that, Mr. Ramana. But throughout your life, a sport doesn't last. It lasts you, till a specific age. It's life after that. What happens to life after that? Is there a problem? Because there are, after all, bread and butter issues that every individual has to look at.
Yeah, I do agree, ma'am, because see, unless until we take up a sport, how do you know you excel in that? You have to play for a period of, like when you start at the age of 8 or 10, you should at least continue for 6 to 7 years till you come to +2. Then, what for we are here as a senior players or as a coaches, we can guide. At the same time, parents also should be encouraged to move with the child, have a look at the child's performance, compare with the other child, then we can, tell them, see, your child is capable of coming up to this level, then at this point of time, I would request you to kindly concentrate on his studies also. Then you can, till then, the child will be healthy, he'll be active. At the same time, you need not go to any hospitals, all these things. It will be added benefit to your child. Understand? So we should not say, unless, see, if you don't allow the child, then how do you expect? Now you see, Trisha, the young girl who has come up at the age of 17, 18 years to the national level cricket. So likewise, if you demoralize and discourage these people, and you can just imagine, unless until you are rich means it's not correct, what I feel. See, all the people, say from Dhoni, Mary Kom, P.T. Usha, Shaini, even me. See, we are all from the middle class families, but we have come to this level. So that is how we need to express. The way of telling was not correct, what I feel, through this article.
Well, let me ask you, Gopichand, and I'm quoting him. He says, if you are a middle class parent where you value financial security, investing everything into sport is a big risk. He's speaking out of experience. Do you give him the benefit of doubt, or do you believe this statement is born out of something other than just looking at sport in the manner he should be?
That's what I am giving an example of myself. I am not from that big family. I have taken my child to that level. So let me put it this way, ma'am. So, for example, we take up the badminton players only. Which badminton player you either take any of them, all are government employees' children only. Who is a multi-million or a Crorepatis child here? They are reasonably, having their own employment in a government offices, or till date, take right from the, whether it is Manoj or Srishail or, those Gopichand spirit, because I have seen, when I was playing for my country in 1986, I have seen Gopichand playing in LB Stadium. So there, how these people have played, who have supported them with the equipment and all. Nobody was rich that time. Even now, most of the players who are coming up, they are not that rich. So the differentiation, see, people who can afford, you can say, please look at the things. This is an expensive game, so we have to think of it and we can go ahead in which game it suits. Like volleyball, you require one ball, one net, and you can just go with one shorts and banyan. So there are certain games which are less expensive. There are certain games which are little expensive and more. Like, equestrian, you can't afford. It's a big, tennis, it's a bit expensive. Like golf, it's a bit expensive game. But the games which can be afforded, you can't just say this player should think of not playing badminton. Like that. What example? He was only quoting about badminton because he's a badminton player. So that's the reason why I feel this is not that justified. I feel it's a discouraging word what he has used.
Did you ever think in this perspective, your daughter P.V. Sindhu, in the initial stages when you don't know how high she's going to go, did you ever had this dilemma that what will my child do if she's not so successful? Did she ever have any doubts?
Ma'am, let me bring out this very fact, because when my daughter has started, she was under 10, she was really faring well. Under 13 and under 16, so by that time she came up to certain level. And as a middle class man, as a railway employee, I was confident that my child will be either at the state level or in the nationals 1, 2, 3, where I can definitely ensure, provided there is no injury, I am confident that she will get a government job. That's what I have expected in the beginning. Later, of course, by the grace of God, she has really done well. She has got an Olympic medal. At the age of, I think, 14, 15, she was taken by Bharat Petroleum on, stipend basis. Then OJQ has come forward seeing her performance. They have also supported Sindhu. After winning the medal, I was thankful to, AP government, Chandrababu Naidu ji, who has taken keen interest, and he has recommended for Group 1 post as a deputy collector. And from there, she is now, continuously participating. So actually, to be very open with you, I thought I'll be happy if she could get some national medal and join in some government. Because that's what any middle class person may think. Yes, I am working in this government. If my daughter gets into a government job or a bank or some central access, AG office, income tax, whatever it is, though just petroleum was there, that's good enough. I thought that. But I'm lucky, and she has proved she has worked hard because she has seen the taste, and she knows now. Because still Sindhu today need not have anything to prove. But still she has that hunger. She wanted to do something. She wanted to play one more Olympics, and she's continuing.
Absolutely, but Gopichand is talking about Tanisha Crasto, top 13 badminton mixed doubles, or Trisa Jolly, women doubles top 10. They're giving it their all, but when they come and ask me, koi job hai, it saddens me, he says. So these stories also are true.
I am so sorry for this. Yeah. I am so sorry for this, ma'am. Let me put you a word. We have departments, recently railways. I told on several occasions to the players, first, when you fulfill your norms, first go and join in one department. First you settle your life, because as you said, sport is uncertainty. Today you may be good, tomorrow you may be injured. When there is a light, you just settle down, pack everything very clearly. In dark you can't do it. So I told, today if you say, see, when Petroleum Sports Board, they are all, when other people are there, why not Tanisha, why not Trasa? Even today some applications have been called in railways, I don't know about the date. Why these girls are not updated? Why in the academies they have not placed a notice board that these are the government officers are seeking for appointment, eligible candidates may go and apply? Why it has not been observed in academies? I mean, all the academies? Tell me. So
Fair
that
point.
People who are eligible, the players who are playing, even today in South Central Railway, each zone, I am a sports officer for South Central Railway, I was 70 posts per year, the sports quota is there, and just recently I asked, today morning, one of my person, how many posts we are filling? Because of not properly filling the application or not knowing, they are not applying, and 10 to 15 posts are going vacant every year. So on South Central Railway itself it is like this. Then you imagine entire Indian Railways, 17 zones plus production units. So how many posts are there? And entire Kerala people are coming in, joining here in South Central Railway during my tenure. Even now, nobody will say no to these two athletes who are at the international level. Have you ever approached? Or the coach has guided them? Did the coach tell, these are the application, notification has come in railways. If you apply for this. Later, if you complete your graduation and you excel, you prove yourself, then obviously you will get a promotion. Like that, see, immediately when you join, you cannot be at the highest post. You may join as a clerk or a senior clerk. After 15-20 years, you will be an office superintendent, which is almost a reasonable job, drawing a payment of around 1.5 lakh per month.
Well said, but then Gopichand himself has played, he's trained so many stars in badminton, between Saina, between P.V Sindhu and Gopichand, we have many medals to show off for. Why do you think this statement really came? Is this a reality check, or do you see something more?
I don't think it's a reality, ma'am, because you take from Kashyap to Guru Sai Dutt to Pranoy or Samir Verma, Saurabh Verma, Arundhati, Arun Vishnu, to name all these, even recently Sai Charan Koya and some of the boys from other academies, everybody has joined in Accountant General's office or railways or elsewhere. So, that's what I was surprised how you could give this statement. And you said he also taken out Jyoti Erraji, the athlete, who is already there in railways. See, when she has joined railways, her performance was up to the national level, and as per the norms, she has been offered a job. Now she has brought an Asian Games gold, some medal. Now the case, definitely, railways is such an organization. The people who are really eligible and desired that they should, be given a post. Now I think her case has also been forwarded for some promotion and all. See, it depends upon. See, when you enter into certain sport, there are certain norms by the government.
But do you think it's a struggle? Because Gopichand also says pick 5 phone numbers on your contact list of top sportsmen, call them and ask, how is your officer? And they will say, torture ho raha hai. It's really torturous to work here. Do you think the condition of sportsmen in the jobs that they have is really torturous?
Ma'am, in that way, if you say, it is torture everywhere. It is a torture for Sindhu practicing 8 hours a day. So you should not take it, your profession, as a torture. See, if not today, tomorrow you have to sit and work. It doesn't mean that if you are a player, because I am a player, I have come up in that way, and from a clerical cadre to senior sports officer I have come, and I sat, I learned the work, and still now JJ Shobha is working. Satya Geeta, who is also an Arjuna awardee, they are working in railways in a very sincere post as OSDs. So many people are working. Even Shiny Wilson is working now. So, see, at least you cannot play the sport throughout your life. At one stage, you have to go to office. That is the reason when I was a sports officer, I used to educate my sports persons. I was the in charge, and I used to tell them, please don't concentrate on sport because you have got a job, you are now permanent employee in railways, you are playing for your department, and if you are playing for the nation, you have been given on-duty leave and you are going and training at Bangalore or Sai Center, Patiala, whatever it is. But when there is no camp, when you are attending office, please do sit in your office for a couple of hours, learn what to do. The sport is not forever. Learn what to do. What is the government job now? It's all turn the page, learn the work. Earlier it was files, now it is on computer. Just refer for this case what has been given, you can go ahead. These sports persons, sorry to say, they don't want to sit and work in the office because they got used to it, ma'am, like that.
I want to ask you, Mr. Ramana, after this interview came out, did you discuss this with your daughter, P.V. Sindhu, and what was her opinion?
She said, what is this? She just laughed and kept quiet. See, any sportsman will say, yes, you should. See, as a sportsman, I tell everybody, come on, yaar, spend some time on ground, be healthy, because health is wealth now. And of late, yesterday or day before yesterday, I have read in Inadu Telugu paper, in the American scientists, they have said, if you are into sports, your mind works very fast, you will be very active, and you will be smart enough to take care of all the things. And in Sindhu's case, she has completed her graduation first class, she has done her MBA. In spite of all this, she went to the examination centers and she wrote her exam, BCom. So, I'm surprised. So many people are getting employment. Is there any, you see any academy, ma'am, now? Or any coach, you ask the same Tressa? Did ever anybody told you to apply for this? Or nobody will guide. See, unless until you guide them, guide these girls or boys, sports persons, you are fulfilling your norms. First you settle your life, then we'll continue. Then once you have a job, that's what we followed. Where is Mukesh? Mukesh was an officer. Dhanraj Pillai, to whom all he has referred, they are all employees in one or the other department. See, no doubt, as per the performance, you will be given your posts. Likewise, if you are in group 1 and you pass for IAS exam, you will be selected for IPS or IAS or IARS. If you don't pass, obviously, in the same way, certain norms have been fixed.
Well
We should
said.
not
So,
whatever it is.
So, Mr.
we should
Ramana,
not discourage.
if there are young people who want to get into sporting as a career and they've read Gopichand's interview, would you still advise them that taking up sports is a viable profession while the sport is on and even after?
See, as a sportsman, ma'am, I will advise all the persons who are playing, work hard. There is no substitute for hard work. And once you can assess yourself where you stand in the lot of sports persons, but don't neglect studies. Don't neglect studies. And at the same time, keep working hard. See, now for inter-districts, means in Telangana, Hyderabad is one district. If these Hyderabad and Karimnagar inter-districts, if you are placed 1, 2, 3, you are getting a job. With a decent, if you are 10th passed and you are getting a district certificate, you will get a salary of 35,000, 1,800 basic pay in railways. Because I am in railways, I am giving an example like that. And if you are intermediate, recently one boy has joined in badminton at Vijayawada with a salary of 40,000, 38,000 plus. And the same one Sai Charan Koya from Gopichand Academy, he has joined as an auditor with a decent salary of 50,000. Auditor at the age of 22, 23. Just imagine after, some 15, 20 years, what will be his salary? More than 1.5 lakh. So, see, that's what, as a coach, we need to guide them. How far you will go, what is the standard, everything.
Well said, Mr. Ramana, because the debate has been ignited. Your view is very clear. One has to work hard. One has to reach for the stars and one has to keep at it. Balance life between sports, studies and career. But clearly, winning medals,
ma'am,
winning medals for the nation, no mean task.
What is the guarantee, ma'am? Yeah, that should be, once you excel in sport, obviously that hunger will be there in a sports person to be number one in nationals. Obviously, when you are number one at the national level, you will be representing your country. Once you are representing your country, then so many people, 140 crores of people will be watching you, and your, encouragement, that commitment from your end will definitely, motivate you to get a medal for your nation. One more thing is, okay, you are only into studies. How many people will get that higher posts? Can you just let us know, ma'am, whoever has said that? So is there any guarantee that fellow will definitely go to IAS or IPS? Out of those lot who are all studying, writing these Group 1 exam.
Well said, Mr. Ramana. It no longer applies to go by the adage which said, "Kheloge, kudoge, banoge kharab, padhoge, likhoge, banoge nawab." Doesn't apply anymore. Many stars in India are playing.
I don't.
Yes, absolutely. It's an old saying, but now, completely thrown into the dustbin. You can earn not just medals for your country, but you can earn a lot of name and a lot of future for yourself if you're a sportsman. Should we be only despondent or should we look at the brighter side of things? Well, the debate has been adequately rebutted by Mr. P.V. Ramana. Thank you very much.